Now, if the title of this video got you confused, how can a tiny slider still be big? Check this out. This is the YC Onion chocolate slider. Now, if you haven't heard of YC Onion before and you are in the video industry, you could be living under a rock. YC Onion is actually known for their crazy names that they give products, which kind of makes it stick in your head, like chocolate slider, or the motorized version, which is chocolate milk slider, or the hot dog slider, lasagna, French fries. You get the picture. Now, there's something pretty cool about this that makes this slider extremely different from everything else on the market. But firstly, sliders are generally a pain to use. They're large, they're in the way, they do not fit in your camera bag, unlike this. Setting it up is a pain. It takes away that run and gun creative flow that a lot of creators try to live off of and strive off and create and get ideas. So much so that it's gotten to the point where we don't even use sliders at weddings anymore, and we kind of use gimbals, but I'm going to get to that point at the end of this video. But now, for this 560 gram solid chunk of metal that can hold up to 20 kilos, a mere 24 centimeters in length, but it has a total 30 centimeter left to right travel. This changes everything about sliders. Mounted on its own feet, the slider travels on its own 24 centimeter length, giving you a full left to right distance of 15 centimeters. That is from camera point center to camera point center. But when it's on a tripod is where things truly change. Its cleverly designed mounting plate that's connected to the rubber band mechanism allows it to shimmy across, giving it a larger left to right distance of 30 centimeters. Pretty cool, right? So basically, the tripod mounted sliding distance becomes longer than the actual slider itself. I know what you're thinking. Why isn't every single slider made like this? Now, getting onto the movement, which is quite the crucial part about sliders, and that's what makes or breaks a good slider. You've got two adjusting wheels on either end. This allows you to adjust it to kind of tighten up the tension that's within the rubber band that's on a gearing mechanism. Basically, each wheel actually squeezes the rubber band, allowing it to be a little bit more firm when you push it, giving it a lot of resistance rather than roll like some sliders that have wheels. Now, it comes in a solid little box. They give you 4 feet, one extra than what you actually need. Now, the feet obviously allow you to only utilize the 15 centimeter travel. But what makes it pretty cool is you can use it on a desk. So whether you're filming something in a studio, product, or at a wedding, and it's about decor, wedding rings, you don't have to bring a tripod near it. You can just mount it over there on its feet. It also comes with a pretty nice carry case. Perfect for your camera bag, as well as a Allen key or hex, banner, whatever you want to call it. Now, there is one really important thing that you should know, and that is that the top mount where you would mount your camera or your fluid head or whatever you would use is a 3/8 screw, and the bottom is also 3/8. So what I would recommend is buying yourself a female to male 3/8 adapter that you can screw in the bottom, so you can use quarter screw on the bottom. And what I think would have been a better idea is if this was a quarter screw and it came with the female to male, if that's what you actually call it, 3/8 adapter. So that way it gives you a bit of utilization on both, whereas right now you have to have a 3/8 on both. Fortunately, with the GorillaPod, you can actually there's a 3/8 adapter in the bottom that you can mount over here, and that means your top GorillaPod head actually fits over here. For those of you that are into the 3/8 system, it's not really an issue, but I do think a lot of smaller creators don't really work with 3/8, and this is geared to a lot of small creators as opposed to bigger film industries that work with 3/8. Other than that, it's built like a tank, solid piece of metal, like I said, 560 grams, and it truly feels like something that would actually cost $500 as opposed to the mere $139 that it actually is. So who's it for? Now, if you're a wedding filmmaker, definitely, this is a must-have. And this is what's going to get me back to the whole gimbal usage. Now, I do utilize a lot of gimbal work, but what I've come to realize with a slider is when you use a gimbal, smaller fine movements, especially when you close up and doing some form of detail shots, yes, we do slow it down. You would have to slow down 60 FPS or 120 FPS, even using a gimbal, just to kind of get that really close, slow movement that you'd get from a slider. However, if you're thinking to yourself, well, that's exactly what I do, so I don't need a slider. The part where a slider comes in that makes it so different is it allows you to do that perfect, fine 120 FPS, perfect gimbal shot. However, your subject and your scene is still operating in the normal real time of 24 FPS. Hope that makes sense. Also, if you're a small creator that does a lot of product stuff and product shoots and small events, this is a must-have to slide in your camera bag. I've been on so many shoots where you wish you had a slider with you because it would just add that final finesse, you know, that icing on the cake for that perfect shot. This is what that is. I'll drop an Amazon link below where you can check this out, as well as the motorized version. Just keep in mind the motorized version does have the motor on the side, so it is a little bit bigger, a little bit more bulky, and weighs a little bit more. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please give me that good old thumbs up, and I'll catch you on the next one. So wherever you are in the world, have a good day, good evening, good night, goodbye.